Hello, Tower of Time tubers, if we can find it, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Ultra Champion Edition. Bonus dungeon content. Technically, you don't have to do these, but Tower Fiends Revisited and Chaos, pretty scary in this Romhack. Probably about 100,000 hit points, you know, just based on our current experiences. So we wanted to get these special weapons before we go there. Now, this one I remember from my trial. This place sucks. So if you remember the old men that were talking to us in Corneria, the replacement old sages, they said only one teleporter will take you to the second floor. So there's a lot. And they all just take you out except for one. I do know which one it is, but I don't want to spoil it. So I don't want to go there right away. Now, on the plus side, because it just takes you to the overworld, it's very easy to just save and try again or reset. It's not like this is a huge penalty compared to, wow, Amora got wrecked. That's not as bad as late in a dungeon, right? Like, early on, it's a lot easier to, you know what I should have done? Maybe is just put them all to sleep. Early on, it's a lot easier to, just reset out if you have a bad encounter. So a T-Rex is kind of spooky. That's not good at all. Maybe we poison if they've got like a bazillion HP and then they just keep them asleep and they die? Is that how we do it? And we get Pyros. The T-Rex clearly has some more magic defense. I'll try poison one more time. This is not looking great. See you later, Ahmed. Okay, we got them all poisoned. So now, every turn that we put him to sleep just buys us another 1/10 of a victory. So, you know, I think with a sleep ring and poison, you've just won. As long as it continues to be super effective. Like, what are they gonna do? Kind of a fun little trick. To be fair, they could get turn order, wake up, and get an attack before we get a turn. But drastically reduces their output. That was interesting. Unfortunately, we did have a death on the team, so... I will say the ninja's evasiveness is not proving all that effective at survival. It's supposed to be one of the strengths of the ninja is a very high evade percent. And while technically their evade stat is very high, they don't seem to dodge all that well, so, you know. In practice, they tend to get hit all the time anyway, so. And then they're just dead. Now, to be fair, I could put Melior in the second slot. Melior's got a lot more absorb. And then you would take slightly more hits than Amora. Keep the ninja safe. Probably for, like... probably for final bosses, I should consider moving Amora down. Because Amora is the, damage dealer. Needs to survive. If Amora dies, we're in trouble. Stupid Dazzle. Yeah, but 18 Absorb is like the best you can do. The design for the ninja is low absorb, high evade. And the problem is high evade doesn't really do much. Or at least I don't think it does as much as it's supposed to. Like, I think the ninja is meant to be kind of a front row character that can survive. But the number of enemy attacks and stuff, just the way the math works out is evade is not very good on its own. David's 85-90 absorb is way better most of the time. 95 absorb. Sheesh. It's all good until he gets paralyzed anyway. It's all good until time elementals arrive. I don't know about this fight. Maybe we should try just to see how strong they are. They did seem to get a lot of attacks, so slow seemed like a good option. So the one in the bottom left is not slowed, so we want to kill him if we can. And I have no idea if they're weak to any element, so we'll just try a couple, see what they look like. It's a new enemy, how would I know, right? I don't know. Do you put time to sleep? Oh wait. No, we've got an item for that. So, try poison again. I guess I don't know. I mean, they're not really doing that much. They don't seem to have a spell. All they seem to do is attack you and put you to sleep. And they might be pretty tanky. So they've got that. Lots of hit points. And sleep touch. And multi-attack sleep touch. I'm gonna guess that this is a fight that's probably not really worth taking. Just for how long it takes to win these fights. Unless they give me a ton of experience. Like, our ability to... Do they have, like, a ton of absorb or something? They're pretty defensive. We're not doing very much damage. They are worth a lot of XP. Can't argue with 3,000 plus experience. Evade does increase your chance to dodge. It's just enemies get, like, multiple attacks. And they all seem to have stun touch or sleep touch. So once you're asleep or stunned, your evade doesn't work. So you just get killed. But if you're asleep, your armor still counts. So there's a few reasons absorb is better. Oops, I didn't actually mean to reset that time. You know, if they're gonna give me an ambush, we just reset. It does not change run to wait, unfortunately. I wish it did. That would have been smart. But not every randomizer quality of life improvement has made it to the Romhacks yet, sadly. I think they should do that for stores too, so you can see who can equip what. Right? Like, if you're playing with new classes and new weapons, why can't you just show me in the town, in the shop, who can equip it? Also, then you might as well do the press select to see the item stats, right? In the current randomizer, you can press select on weapons to see what their stats are, which is pretty good. You know, the sleep ring might be the best ring we've got. Pretty low cost in terms of actions, and like it's a infinite resource. It works on a lot of enemies, reduces the damage we take, makes enemies easier to kill by a little bit. Okay, consider me. I think I'm sold on Sleep Ring. I think I mentioned earlier on that of all the level 1 spells, Sleep is probably the best of them at the higher levels. Once you can't kill stuff with Fire 1 and Bolt 1. Yeah, multi-buy at the item shops would have been a really good addition as well, for sure. Fire 2, 400. Fire 2, 400. Okay. This game, man. Alright, we got him silenced. Fine. We win now. They can't get us. Still brutal though, man. I don't know. I don't like those poison ticks. Let's get rid of them. I think someone has a spell that cleanses poison, like an AoE cleanse, which is pretty good, but probably David. Those Oni probably count as evil, which is why David does so many extra damage with the hammer. I think he gets type effectiveness on them. Conveniently, we have 2 life casters. I am quite glad that I decided to stick with my double life. Yeah, I was a little bit unsure when I was selecting level 4 spells, but 2 people that can cast life is a good idea. When there's enemies that can just kill you anytime. Anyone can snipe you like how Kraken snipes your Black Mage. Alright, there you go, guys. That's the one we're looking for. Now that we know where we're going, let's warp out, take a house, and actually go to the real dungeon now. Let's not take a whole bunch of damage and have people die on the first encounter. Assuming we can escape the Ankylo hunting pack. Trying to preserve spell slots for the second floor, just in case we need it. Sometimes it feels like we're just doing no damage, you know? Attack these sandworms, 100 damage, 100 damage, 100 damage. And then you do 700. It's like the Vorpal problem, right? Your regular damage is just low, but every time you get crits, you're like, oh, yeah, there, you're good. Yeah, yeah. Awesome. But yeah, given that we could hit for over 1,000 against enemies in the ice cave, and the fact that the sword Amora is swinging is red, I think it's safe to say that the this thing here is fire elemental, pretty much for sure. It's definitely like the fire sword. And they must have buffed elemental effectiveness a bit, because it did a ton of damage. Alright. If I keep saying it, yeah, I know. I don't know if he's played it yet. He's got to play the Final Fantasy Restored hack. That's the one where Vorpal has literal death touch. So you just hit enemies for 1 damage and they die anyway. So that's I mean, if he hasn't played it, he needs to. The best of all Vorpals. Restored was pretty good. I was kind of thinking I want to play the Restored hack one day again. I know it's still being developed, like it's still being improved over time, so maybe every year or 2 I'll see what it's looked like. This way? No, let's go the other way. The trouble with this area is it kind of reminds me of the Sky Castle, and I'm expecting some air elementals to show up and just kill us. But so far we haven't seen any air elementals, so maybe we're okay. Not a trap. Okay, Will Ring is not that helpful. It's status protection, sort of, maybe? But I'm not sure I've ever seen it work. But at least it's just free spell. Maybe we should warp back to the middle here, actually. Well, we'll take the other split first. There was 4 directions from the main entrance, and then each of them splits into even more paths, so... This is a floor that the warp spell can probably save some good time on, I think. Friggin' specters, man. These guys. So remember how I said keep an eye on David and his getting affected by statuses? Normally, the Aegis Shield does not protect you from status. Definitely. But if he's not getting stuns, you never know. Maybe there's an effect. We just this is great. This is an inn in this dungeon, guys, and it's got 50,000 gold you can steal. Cool. It's a bit of a walk. Might as well just go outside and use a house, but that's both splits on the right side. Let's go up next. The inn did save the game, technically, right? So don't need to go outside. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. At least we got Shell up before anyone gets murdered by a Magitech beam. Seems to have a fair amount of physical defense, as Warmechs do. It's not a real Warmech. There are real Warmechs out there somewhere. This is just not one of them. Look, if we can kill 4 Magitechs at once, we can kill 1. Not a big fan of them as random encounters, though. I'll put that. Alright, 2k, pretty good XP. I assume you can't run. I'm a little bit scared to try. But I don't really know. Sure. Probably... Oh. I thought that was going to be Lazarus unique. 18... 25? I mean, I'm sure then it's not ninja unique. It's just, I'll give it to Amora. I mean, Lazarus doesn't get hit as often anyway in the back row. 7 more absorb might be what saves Amora's life. Maybe. Alright, good. I like getting unique legendary weapons and armor. Always a good time. Oh, there you go. David got stunned. So much for that idea. He still might be resistant to it more than the other characters. Stupid paralyzed touch. You're the worst. Stop giving every second encounter a way to wipe my party. Okay, so up links to here. So we've gone right, we've gone up. We'll keep going left, and then we'll go down. We'll just go down. Actually, maybe we'll save... Teleport out, save the Merlin armor, and then there's only one direction left, so everything else is that way. I can't believe that we couldn't escape the wolves. So they ran away until we won the battle. Doesn't impress me much. Well, once there was one Tyro, now he found a friend. Team Steak would love this Romhack too. There's just steaks everywhere. Okay, so down and then we've got a split. Let's go left first because we saw this room. Which has to mean right. It's got to lead us to the boss. Like, there can't be too many more splits here. Those chat ankylos are deadly, though. Alright, seriously. Maybe I should try to fight some robots. We have easy access to multi-target lightning spells. If they're weak to lightning, they might not be a bad encounter to fight. I'm so used to running from them in vanilla that I just auto... Wait. Think there's going to be trap tiles on the black squares? You can't walk around them, but there'd be 2. Seems likely. I'm not really interested in Gurnagas. Kind of a neat little Here ward. What's a her word? Not a hammer. Not a sword? Well, whatever it is, I don't know. I can't equip it on anybody. So throw that in with the Glamdring. Weapons that are useless. I guess we can, well, one forced encounter. We could have warped back, but it was probably more steps to warp and, well, similar. Actually, warping would have saved me some steps. Give David a good ring of some sort. Will's not going to help here, but be nice if everyone had a useful spell ring of some sort. I bet she will get a heal item eventually. Oops. I don't know if you can put robots to sleep. I'm just playing around here. You would assume they're immune to being put to sleep, but Final Fantasy's weird. You know, the robot in the waterfall kind of seems like he could fall asleep. Right. I was going to fight some of these to see if they're super deadly or not. We've got lots of Bolt 2, so we can test it out. I think they're still weak to it like normal, but how many hit points do you think they have, right? Like, this is around 400-ish damage. Now we're getting to like 500 to 600. They hit pretty hard themselves. This is 700 to 800 damage we're kind of approaching. Next one will be 800 to 900, give or take. Still not a single kill. I think running was still the right decision. So now we're up to, like, I'll just say around 1,000, maybe a bit more. That was 6 Bolt 2s. Nothing has died. Like, these were fairly tanky in vanilla, but this is out of control. Yeah, why bother fighting anything? If everything has 1,500 hit points. Seriously take 6 casts of spells? Like, sure, Bolt 2 is not a very high-level spell, but if they're weak to it and it's doing hundreds of damage, it shouldn't take... I mean, they are worth a lot of experience. Like, this is a very, very tasty fight. I've tried some of the... most of them I've tried in battle, yeah. I have not seen a single one do anything. I haven't tried Here War yet, but I think I've tried all the other weapons. So far, it's only the rings and the ice staff. And you can't equip the ice staff. I think spell items are unequipable, seems to be the rule. Well, these are the other kind of robots. Yeah, let's try these guys. So we fought the not red ones. These are usually the stronger ones, I think. Maybe not. It was guards and sentries in the original. But I thought it was the red colored ones that were stronger, but clearly not. These are the weaker... In this Romhack, these are the weaker robots. So we're probably not going to get, 5,000 XP. Not too bad. A much more reasonable amount of HP, anyway. Okay. So, you ready for this? Y'all ready for this? What do we get for the Time Tower? Time loop's already been set in motion. It's Oga Pogo. Someone's gonna get slapped for 1,000 damage. Feel it coming. We do have heal 3s now. Dark is not actually dark. Most of those are not what we want. We're gonna temper. Start with haste. There's a chance Melior dies instantly, so we'll go haste. And I'm gonna assume Invis here might be better than Wall for turn 1. 6 hits, 41 damage to David. I like it. 95 absorb coming in handy. If Amora gets hit, Amora's dead. But this is where the ruse defense sword would be very nice. Okay, so we've got haste off. We don't have wall. We do have this cool new spell we're gonna use, temper level 2. We're gonna go for the slow, because if this hits, we're laughing. Ineffective. Sadness. We'll do another temper level 2. Try another slow. He's not hitting as hard as I was expecting, to be honest. No luck on the slows. To be honest, David's doing pretty good damage here as well. I maybe should have buffed him up with haste. I could have used haste too. Let's do another level of Invis 2 then. If we're not able to slow him or anything, then at least give us max evade. Crits will still sometimes ignore it. But, bind is basically lock. Basically. Now, we could try to be cheeky. Bracken the Kraken, as they say. Also, we can get some armor if we want. But crits ignore armor anyway, so. I never put wall on, so that was a risk. If you had magic. Well, I don't know how many hit points Oga Pogo has. I'm pretty sure Amora and David could have killed him after a couple turns, but every now and then you just turn him to stone and it's over. Good fight, good fight. The first time I played it through, I used soft to kill a lot of bosses. I've been trying not to spam it for the Let's Play because it's a bit cheap. But yeah, you can turn a lot of bosses to stone. Mjolnir? Andril? Okay. It's a hammer. I do remember this one. This was my cleric hammer, though. This is like Thor's hammer on steroids. Or sorry, Mjolnir is. Because it is literally Thor's hammer, just translated properly. So this is your cleric style hammer. We do not have the unique Paladin hammer yet. Andril, I'm going to take a guess and say Melior can equip it. But I don't know for sure. But it's not a big surprise. Because it turns out Melior's been Aragorn all along. And that's the fancy sword that was reforged, if you want to know the fancy name for it. So there you go. So you can go lead the armies and revive the dead spooky ghosts and all that. And that puts you at higher damage per hit than anyone else for now. Not quite as many swings, but pretty fun, pretty fun. I love legendary weapons. I like it more when you can equip them, but this area of town is dangerous. Look at this. He is the king, that's right. He's no longer a ranger. He's now king of the elves. King of mankind, I guess. No, it's just the elves have the weird king problem in Final Fantasy 1. So. All right, with the Dark Prince Astos and all that. So let's go buy some potions. And I realize there's a shortcut here in this hack, but there normally isn't, so it's easy to forget. Boy, I sure used a lot of potions in that very short dungeon. Alright, 99 cures. Oh, I should buy some more houses. We're still using a lot of houses. Got to prop up that housing market in Elfland a little bit. Invest a little into the construction business. So we got 2 more bonus dungeons. I think... Well... I'm not sure if one's better than the other. But yeah, there's a little shortcut here that's normally not there. I think I'll do the one in the water next. Because we have to sail there anyway, so may as well sail there. Yeah, the crown's for Melior after all. You've got the sword and the crown. Co-ops in Elfland? Oh man. Not if I have to be on the board of directors for them. So we're going west, yeah, to the little hook outside of Romhack. And we'll save Castle Ordeals for last. So who's missing a weapon right now? David's missing a weapon. I'm pretty sure we're missing one for Amora, technically. And then Melior and Lazarus already... So we got the spellcasters their ultimate weapons before the melee fighters. That's great. Classic. Alright, so this place. I wasn't a huge rush to come to the Dark Temple. Because you can't see anything. It's difficult to explain where to go when you can't see. We're just gonna randomly wander around until we find stuff. Don't worry, it's just a bunch of eyes and stuff. Why don't we test out Holy 3 here, see if that gets the job done. Still not enough to kill the specters, that sucks. So I'm thinking Merlin's staff did a lot of damage to the eye. I bet you it does bonus damage to spellcasters. Which is kind of what I was thinking, and that's good. Alright, there you go. If you had a rogue, you can pick this up pretty easily, actually. It's the rogue ultimate weapon. It's actually... I can't show its stats, but they're absolutely stupid. So if you're playing as... If you bring a rogue along, you could come here as soon as you have the ship. Legitimately, as soon as you have the ship. Assuming you can survive this one battle, grab Sting, you know, the Frodo Hobbit weapon, and you actually have a weapon that's stronger than Ash Candy, and on the same kind of tier as Anduril, basically. Except also, it's better than a Mass Immune. I remember looking up the stats, so... Also, Invis Ring is not bad to pick up, and also kind of, apropos, kind of seems like something you might find in The Hobbit in the same place as Sting. Well, Sting is not... It's a few chapters apart. Anyway, free invisibility is good. I'm actually going to put it on Melior, I think. Wake is not as important. We did get a level up. We're getting lots of XP in here. Let's just warp out, save, and then we'll start looking for the next room. So the problem I find with these sorts of black dungeons, like dark dungeons, you know what I mean, is you never know when you're done. It's very difficult to be like, okay, when are you finished exploring these? Because one secret hole, you'd have to check every square of it. So I'm just going to save you some time. Left was the room where we got that. The other one is down. We just need to go down a little bit, and it's like right here. So there's a little hole in the wall south, and then you go just randomly bonking until you find the way. And it's going to look easy because I've done this before, but the first time you go through it, like, this sucks. Because you don't really know how to walk it. Let's not waste our quakes here. Oh, right. I'm trying to test out... effective weapons a little bit here. I mean, everyone's doing a lot of damage. These new legendary weapons are pretty good. Yeah, Sting is Bilbo / Frodo's sword. Well, it's really more of a dagger, but they're just small. There you go, Dragon Chain. Oh, yeah, there we go. So, that one's another reason to come here early. If you just come to this place right away, you can pick up some amazing armor. Sadly, David can't use it, who I'd probably want to give it to. But, if you have a rogue, once again, rogues can equip chainmail. So you can get dragon armor, which is kind of like the mithril shirt kind of idea from Lord of the Rings, and Sting, and the Invis ring, the One Ring, all in the same area, and it's pretty strong. So, 63 absorb, hey? Compared to, usually Opal and Dragon had the same, but Dragon is clearly superior in this version. So, that puts Melior at basically almost night level absorb, and might actually give him elemental protection. Making fun of the lamp spell, yeah. Okay, so that's the 2 treasure rooms. There's one more room we need to go to, which is a little bit hard to find, and it's the boss room. I'm pretty sure that's all there is. If there's more, I just never found them, and I'm only doing so much bumping. I think it's... Wait. It's down from this room. Right. I think it's down and right more here. Also, one thing that's annoying is, if you remember Final Fantasy 1, like the mermaid level in the water shrine, all maps technically loop all the way around, unless there's teleporting tiles that take you out of a town or something. Maps effectively, the right and left and top and bottom are all connected, just like the world map. And it's a real nasty trick. You see it on the maze in Sky Castle as well. It's a real pain in the dark when you've got the same thing. So I'm sure we're looping around the outside a couple times while we're making this route. So we've gone all the way right and down, and now we have to go left and find little holes to go left. Just keep going left, down left, up left, down left, up left. There we go. I don't know how big the holes are in the walls, but it's a real pain to get here the first time, because you have no idea if you're making progress. But this should be the boss room. Alright, just don't die here and you'll be fine. The Black Wind howls. Is it Magus? No, it should have been. They should have sprited it. Alright. It's just Lich. No big deal. Actually, this is a big deal. We should be careful here. Trying to think of what's most important spell is. Wall. We need status protection immediately. This is gonna be a spellcaster. It would be crazy if mute hits, so we should try it once. I mean, the chances are probably very, very, very low. We still get... Even with Wall and the Will spell, which are supposed to protect you, still 2 people got hit by sleep poison. Seems great. Now, I can deal with that. Don't be lazy. Okay, we're gonna let Amora buff up a bit more until we can get hasted. If we can hopefully get there. That was a comet. Did 200 damage to David. So we're gonna throw out some healing. We're gonna temper. Yeah, I'm gonna go heavy on Amora, and then we're gonna get... We put Wall on. Let's put Haste on everybody. Pretty cool spell. Meteo. That's basically Flare. Alright, we really need to get healed up then. And I hope we can do some damage here. Let's really stack up Amora personally and try to keep... I would really like it for David not to die. Well, 2,200 damage. There's that. David's been paralyzed by stop. That sucks. We could go for the cheeky Brack kill. Stick with it. Oops, I did not mean to do whatever I just did. So that's over 4,000 damage in like 2 hits. We should just attack, right? We're doing a lot of damage. I feel like our walls and will spells have done nothing. Like, we just get hit by every status anyway. 800 damage, 1,400 damage. What? What kind of... Our mages... I mean, okay, to be fair, Anduril's pretty cool, but, like, what's the point of magic, guys? Haste 2 was great. The defensive spells did nothing. As far as I can tell, almost every status spell the boss did hit us anyway. Our offensive spells do jack, but you can just attack for 2,000 damage with your mage. Just burn them down with melee attacks. Kind of a weird balance. I don't know. I don't know if it was designed to be like that, or if this is just this party composition or something, but... It is what it is. Enjoy your mass immune. I'm going to assume that's for the ninja. Seems likely. It's not like the Mazmoon of old days where anyone can equip it. So I've never seen this thing in action. Let's have a look. 6165. It's not as good as I was expecting. Plus 10, plus 15. It's good. It's definitely good. Don't get me wrong. But you can see, like, the damage output's the same as the Ranger's attack. So base damage on Masta is not as good as I was expecting. 70. Okay, it's still really good. Ninja just has terrible base damage. That's still 59 damage. That's still better than a Massa in terms of... Massa's like plus 50 attack or something. So that's still insanely strong. And then Anathema, I don't know what that is. It's not a hammer. And we've already got the other weapons. So it might be a staff for one of the other mages. Who else could use this that I haven't seen yet? Maybe it's like the Viking legendary weapon if it's an axe. Maybe. I don't know what Anathema would be. If someone knows, you know, feel free to comment. But I believe that's everything for this dungeon. So we got some pretty good stuff. Dragon armor, invisible ring. Those are great. Sting, not so much. Mass immune, of course, fun. Warlock? I had a Warlock. I don't remember. Maybe he could use it. I can't remember. It seems maybe a little bit like that would be it. It's possible. I can't remember. Unfortunately, I didn't write them all down. And BlueAnkylo's getting old. It does kind of seem like a Warlock type one, but... I think Warlocks can use swords, actually. They don't even use staves, I don't... Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not 100%. I forget. No, I think Warlocks still have staves. Alright. Oops. A little bit too fast. Okay, so stock up on cure potions. I need to clean up my inventory. We're running out of space here. I'm gonna sell some junk. Honestly, that dungeon was like one of the least amount of damages we've taken. So dark dungeon. To be fair, if you don't know the route, how to get through the maze, it probably is much worse because it takes so much longer. But for us, you know. So I'm just gonna get rid of stuff that we don't need. We don't need Opal chainmail. We do not need the Mithril Shield. We could buy it anyway if we wanted. Those. We will want the Opal Shields. The Wake Ring is a bit of a... not sure. And the Rune Shirt is better than the Mithril Shirt. So just cleaning up a little bit. That should be okay. We've got a couple armor slots. Weapons are also getting full, so we're gonna toss a couple. I mean, I can't even sell them, so we might as well just drop them. Well, 1 gold, right? But most of these... Now, Ash Candy, if it is strong against dragons, might be better than Massa at certain enemies. Mithril Sword, I guess, is worth a bit of money, but whatever. Headmaster was like a staff that's not as good as the Merlin staff, but it had no casting. So I'm just going to get rid of most of these. I'm going to try Mjolnir in battle, because you'd think it might cast bolts. But I don't think it will. And I didn't try Anathema either. That sounds like the kind of weapon that might have a spell effect. But probably shouldn't get too excited. Still no level 8 magic, but we might be getting close. Wait, are they singing in this song? Illegal. Straight to jail. Okay, so let's see. We're 46 minutes into the episode. Probably not enough time to do an entire dungeon. We can get there at least, and I can test out those 2 spells I was talking about. There's only 1 more bonus dungeon to do. And it's the old Ordeal dungeon. I'm saving it for last because teleporter mazes are annoying. And I think they forced us to do a longer walk this time around. Yeah, we can do a little science on the walkover. Like against Tyros. So we want to find out if Mjolnir does anything. I mean, I'd be surprised if Massa does anything, but maybe. Anathema? We never tried, like, the rune shirt. Nope. 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 So yeah, there's not a whole lot of special item magic, I guess. This thing is, with legendary weapons, everyone's got a legendary weapon. All 4 people attacking, well, except David, we still couldn't kill a single Tyro in 4 hits, 4 attacks. That's really bad. Like, they just have so many hit points. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the Romhack designer decided everything needs to have thousands of hit points. That's I think I would like it more if it was a bit rare, like maybe the average enemy was just normal kind of vanilla style hit points. And then every now and then you'd throw, I don't know how you'd decide, but certain enemies would have, you know, 1,000 or 2,000. So you'd have specifically tanky enemies every now and then that were really high HP. Maybe low defense. Like, the thing that would counter magic would be enemies that have a ton of hit points, but low defense. Because then your physical damage dealers would be really good against those guys. Like, if a Tyro, it's just a T-Rex, right? It doesn't have armor. So if it had, like, you know, low absorb, like 0 absorb, your melee fighters could hit it for a ton of damage, kill it fairly quickly, and your Fire 2 mage is like, oh, it's actually not good for magic, because magic doesn't... Like, magic already ignores defense, right? So you want high defense, low HP enemies for magic to kill. That would be a way of kind of differentiating certain enemy types to be good against... Easy against weapon, easy against melee, or easy against magic. That would be my preference. Something more on that. So that it wasn't just every enemy had a stupid amount of hit points. And I'm sure it's not every enemy, but it does feel like most of the time. So, welcome! I don't want to fight anything in here at all. Priests have full, you know, Cure 4 self-target on Chakra. Paladins, I don't know. We got teleporter mazes. We got priests, we got wizards. Wizards have got at least fire. Probably much worse if you let them get further along. We'll just avoid everything. Maybe once I've got some legendary weapons out of here, or cleared it, I'll test out how strong these enemies are, but... So it looks like the right direction was the wrong direction. There's no splits, was there? So just left then. Zombol, but Holy Bull? Getting the feeling everything in here is Holy Elemental, you know? There might have been a split on the right side that I missed. I need to do this in a way where we can actually keep track. You can cast Arrow, that does a lot of damage. Alright, so this is left and then right. Let's see if this goes anywhere. This is right back to the beginning, I think. So, I just want to... I know we already went right once, but I think there must have been a split, and I was just randomly, you know, ranting about random things, not really paying attention. Yeah, I went right and right. I don't think I went right and down. So we've gone left, right, and right, right. Or left, left, or whatever it was. I don't know. We didn't go here yet anyway. Now, there are technically dark spells, so maybe I should try them on some of these enemies. They might be weak to dark, the meteor comet kind of stuff. All right, let's see if we can win this fight without getting mad. We'll try Comet, because I think it's Dark Element. I guess that's the only spell I have that's actually dark. Kind of annoying. I can throw a Quake on them, why not? 540 Quake, or 540 Meteor. Seem pretty good against damage. Like, they're pretty good against melee attacks. We can throw out some elementals to see if they do anything. Mediumly tanky. Not the highest I've ever seen, but pretty good. Mostly they just aren't doing anything super dangerous. If they were casting... I'm thinking like if they could cast Fade or something, we would be in for a bad time, but... Could have been worse. Karna Armor. Galaxy is sort of like the stop spell. I guess we haven't really had a chance to cast it yet. But, yeah, in theory, stop all. Okay, new armor. It's probably... Well, the only people who can use this would be paladins anyway. So, 95... What? 115 absorb, huh? Well, that might be a new record for me. I've had some randomizers with like +5 dragon armor and stuff and seen pretty high numbers, but 115 might be a new record. I hope it gives some status protection. I have no idea. Karna, I don't know what Karna is from, but that's what we got. So this was right down, got the armor, and then continued. It depends on how strong they give us enemies. Also, if you're stunned, I think you have less defense, or less absorb. I forget the mechanics, but paralyzed might be like 50% absorb, or maybe 0 absorb even. But yeah, crits ignore absorb, and there could be enemies that have even higher than 100 attack, but I don't know. Sounds pretty good though. So this was right, down, right. Let's go right, down, right, right. Eventually we're gonna get bounced out of here. Right, down, right, right took us back. I could just warp back, I guess, but it wouldn't have saved me much. So now we'll try right, down, right, down. So far, nothing has been unrunnable yet, which is nice. Okay, so right down again. And if this is actually the same places where we got the armor, then it's just all a loop on this side anyway. Which it might be. It kind of looks the same, but, you know, I don't know. I don't think this is actually the same, because the room's not here. So right down is a different path than... It's not just circling. It's not just loop. But now I think it took us back to the beginning. So right down just sent us back to the start. I'm, like, pretty sure about that. So we're going to save. And I think that's all the right... No, we haven't gone right, down, left. So we'll do those next. And then we'll go through the left branch after we've done those, if we need to. I'm going to try to finish off one side at a time if I can. What? Didn't that take a... Am I, like, was it always left, right? Like, what? See you later, Dark Cherry. Okay, it seems like I maybe wasn't paying attention, or something weird is going on. So maybe it was always left first, after all. But right, anyway, seems to be an automatic bounce, so... Alright. Left first is mandatory. Okay, you know what? This is already getting frustrating. I'm gonna put a save state here. And if I get bounced, I'll just reload here. Alright. Save after left. So is this not the entrance then? Because if this was back to the beginning, right should take us out of the dungeon. It didn't. So all along I've been going left first, and then we get back to the looks like the beginning, and then right down was where I was going. Okay, so I want to make sure before I go this way again. We've already kind of done that route. We've gone left once. Now let's go down and make sure there's nothing here. Okay, left. I don't think we went this way last time. Well, left down definitely takes me to the next layer. I'm a little bit confused. Just a little bit. Like, I'm pretty sure this is progress, though, because now we're at a new split. But it does seem like some take you back to the beginning, except it's not the normal beginning. Alright. Last time we got to this path, we went right, and I think we did right, and right down from here, or at least I meant to. Let's try from this split with a quick save. We'll start the left routes. Okay, this is a new area, so we'll go left first. Actually, hold on. I saw... You see what I see? There was definitely a room south of here. So there's almost certainly left down something. And this is the end. Probably. Okay, so I'm going to go back. So this is progress. So it's whatever the overall route is, whatever. We're going to go left down to get the treasure, and then back up to where the new... Almost certainly progress is. I'm assuming this is like the mirror of where we got the fancy armor. Yeah, totally. Okay. Clever mode, engage. I don't really seem like fighting these is worth it right now. Holy Ring. That's gonna be the same as this basic level 1 spell, so that's not very good. You can keep it. Alright, let's go... roundabout. I could have checked the teleporter on that path, but I'm pretty sure it'll just send us backwards. There's only gonna be one correct path. You know how these games work. And we already sort of accidentally found it. I guess I'll throw the Holy Ring on Lazarus. In theory, he's got the highest intelligence, so it might do a little bit more damage against undead, if I remember. Well, we're still gonna check them all. Because one of them is gonna have a trap tile in front of it and have a treasure. Yeah. Now we're talking. Heal staff, reasonable. Heal staff, like heal 1 is stronger in this game than it is in vanilla. In vanilla, it's like 20 hit points or something. In this one, it's like 50. So what I could do now is when I'm running is throw heal at the bottom, and we'll use less potions. Classic vanilla strat. Yeah, it could be Dark Angel. I don't know. It's... I think I'm on the correct path right now, and I don't really want to spend an hour... I'm already a little bit overtime on my episode, technically. And if I'm at the exit, I would like to just wrap this place up and never come back. But, yeah, this is a weird teleporter maze. I don't know if I really got the solution. Apparently we're just getting killed by holy bulls. That's a lot of bull. Alright, looking okay in health. This is... That weird pillar on the left is suspicious, you know. Maybe after we win this fight, if I win the fight. Check it out. Alright, what do we get? You unworthy heathen shall defile my temple no longer. It's Seraph. Alright. Ooh, we can use Chakra now. That's full heal to David. That's a good one. Alright, temper it up. So, if it's like Carrie, she's mostly going to be a physical smacker. Could stack up Invis. Could try to blind. Could just go for temper strats again. Could try to stop her. I think we're just gonna bank on Amora being even more... Like, we just got that mass immune pretty recently, so let's try that. And let's go for... maybe one layer of Invis 2 and then Haste 2. Oh, she went for Invis as well. Okay, okay. Clever, clever. So the counter to that will be bind if that hits. That'll reduce her evasion. Let's see if we can blind her, though. If she's like Carrie, she is usually somewhat weak to statuses. Basically, we have to use this. We're all muted. None of us can cast any magic. So that spell bought her an entire turn. Like, it just completely wasted a turn. Cool. I think we're dead. Unless David can solo it. Maybe. She's got Cure 4 as well. I'm not doing very much damage here. We go for cheeky kill. Might be our best shot at actually winning. I mean, I can only do it a couple times, but... It's a stupid game. Alright, I don't care. I'll take it. It's a fair, balanced game. Well designed. You can't hit her with any of the, you know, the average status effects like blind and sleep and slow that are just helpful. Those never seem to hit, but just insta-death? Oh yeah, sure. Of course. Alright. It's fine. The Justice and the Benedict. Okay, the Justice must be a hammer. I'm going to assume the Benedict is like a staff for the Cleric then. So what are we looking at from Doomhammer? 52, 107. Boom, 61, 117. That's not as good as I was hoping. Not as much as the other swords. But still, I guess David's all about tanking. Alright, well... we can exit out if we need to. Let me just check this pillar down here. Oh, it takes you out anyway. Multiple ways to get out. Okay, well, it's a little bit of a long episode for the future tubers, but that's the end of the episode for them. I guess it's time to go to the Temple of Fiends. I think we've got all the stuff outside of the Temple of Fiends Revisited. I don't know if we're at a good enough level. We don't even have level 8 magic, which is kind of annoying, but we'll give it a try. We could get a couple more levels and check out some level 8 magic if we want. I definitely think these slow spell slot gaining classes are not as good as advertised, but they're good in the early game, but into the mid-late game, they basically guarantee you require grinding if you want to see the good spells. That's kind of rough. Anyway, let's call that an episode. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.